Good day. I'm Janet Vaughan. I'll be presenting on transitioning to green propellants. Transitioning to green propellants is a global initiative. Pharmaceutical aerosol preparations require propellants, typically low molecular weight hydrofluorocarbons or hydrocarbons. Historically, chlorofluorocarbons or CFCs were used, but they are deleterious to the ozone layer. With the Montreal Protocol, CFCs were phased out and replaced with HFCs. The Montreal Protocol is an international treaty adopted in Montreal on September 16, 1987. It was created to preserve and restore the ozone layer by phasing out production of substances responsible for ozone depletion. The protocol was made effective on January 1st, 1989, and has undergone 9 revisions or amendments since then. The most recent amendment to the Montreal Protocol was on October 15, 2016. With the United States leadership, 197 countries adopted an amendment to phase down HFCs. This became known as the Kigali Amendment. Now, why phase down HFCs? HFCs do not deplete the ozone layer, but they are powerful greenhouse gases that contribute to climate change. How will HFCs be phased down under the Kigali Amendment? Well, countries will cut production and consumption of HFCs by more than 80% over the next 30 years. Developed countries will reduce HFC consumption beginning in 2019, and most developing countries will freeze consumption in 2024, but there are a small number of developing countries with unique circumstances that they will freeze consumption in 2028. In April 2021, the US pledged to ratify the Kigali Amendment. HFCs are widely used in the respiratory industry. The EPA is already imposing fluorinated gas quotas from 2022. We're looking at an 85% reduction over the next 15 years. The cost of current propellants is already reported to rise, driving increase of cost of goods. The onus is on corporations to report on green credentials and credibly commit to environmental strategy to reduce carbon footprint. In fact, several innovator companies have already announced their strategy with a 2025 target to switch to a green propellant. Here are some examples of some innovator companies that have already announced their strategies and plans for implementing green propellants. Generic companies need to respond. Respiratory drugs are finally seeing some generic competition, but many remain ungenericized. Switching to alternative propellants may cause further extensive delays, and transition will require significant time and cost, and could potentially result in the withdrawal of several generic applications. The main impact will be on patients who depend on cheaper generic drugs. The health of patients and the health of the environment must be a focal point. Synergizing the two requires a well-thought plan and support. Of course, the generic industry welcomes a move to greener propellants and the benefits they bring to the environment. However, the potential impact on product life cycle cannot be ignored, and research into the new propellants and their potential impact on respiratory drug products would assist health authorities and manufacturers. So here is a 3-part proposal. 1. Perform early development phase investigations to determine any incompatibility between current products and future green propellants. 2. Generate early stage performance data to determine any impact on performance. And 3. Make accessible a single DMF of non-clinical and clinical safety studies for new green propellants. This will help with transition of the pharmaceutical industry to these novel propellants and reduce any potential duplication of animal or human safety studies. Thank you for your time.